Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for the final day of Buildmas. This is day 12. In case you didn't see my community post, I moved it a day over just because yesterday we did a 10-hour Christmas stream, so I felt like it made more sense to put this up on Christmas Eve for you. So this is today's build. I had a few suggestions doing an Alice in Wonderland area, and it was something I'd already planned in doing in this area in Everafter, and so I decided to do that for the final day because it was something I was really excited for. Now, something I will say before we go in is unfortunately half of the footage of me doing this area got corrupted somehow. There was just an issue with it. I could not fix it, so I've kind of pieced out parts that I managed to save, and then obviously I do a tour at the end and put in loads of shots of everything so you can kind of see what it looks like. But I do apologize that not all of this is in a speed build. I couldn't recover it, but I hope you still enjoy it regardless, because I really like how the area turned out and I still wanted to obviously show you what I'd done. But on that note, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started. So as you can see, the area we are building in is Teapot Falls. By no shock, as soon as a lot of us saw this area, we knew this was going to be an Alice inspired area, because obviously the theme of it and the checkered floor is just perfect. Now, something I did say when I was streaming this and we were building it together is that I wanted to make sure I didn't cover too much of the floor. I'd seen some really beautiful builds in this area, but I just felt like you couldn't see the checkered pattern of the grass, and it really was something I wanted to keep in here. So I decided to kind of figure out what furniture I was put in some of the hedge maze items. These are from the premium shop, as well as some of the house skins I knew I was going to use. And then I go in a bit and I figure out what pathway I want to use, and I actually end up going with like rock spot pathway, because it was the most natural and obviously showed off the most flooring. And then I do use pathway to do a little bit of flooring detail and create some kind of like curated areas later on. But for now, as you can see, I'm going in with the main furniture items, figuring out where I want these bigger things to go so I can figure out the layout of this area, because I didn't really go in with a plan at all. I knew what areas I wanted to include, such as the Mad Hatter's tea table and also the pink castle, but apart from that I didn't really have much of a plan. So this is me kind of figuring everything out. With the tea table, I did want to use the new tables we got in the Encanto bundle, but because they don't connect together, it just didn't look right. So I do end up using this table somewhere else because I feel like it fits the theme of the area. But instead I went for my usual pick, which is the royal desk, the Cinderella one, and then I added in a load of chairs of all different styles, colours, shapes to obviously make the Mad Hatter's table. I really love doing this table. I can't lie, I've done it a million times before in different areas of the valley and Eternity Isle and now in the Vale. So I'm kind of used to doing it and kind of figuring out the layout of the chairs. But I started placing those in and obviously making sure the spacing was right, and then obviously I do go ahead after and kind of start putting things on the table and finishing off the kind of background decoration of the area. Now, after I'd figured out the tea table area, which as you can see, I added in like a mushroom in the back and lots of trees to make it feel really, really natural. I went for more of a natural look with this. I then started figuring out the centerpiece, which I wanted to use this new well that's from Scrooge's store. There are definitely other fountains you could use, but I decided to go with this one. And then I added in some of the fairy godmother little lampposts around the edge in a symmetrical pattern. And then I go in with the only real bit of paving I kind of do in this whole biome, which I did a checkerboard look with two of the different pathways. I used the natural like brick one, the plain brick, and then also the gold and gem one. I really loved how this looked, and I wanted to include some sort of like quirky pathway in here without covering too much of the flooring, so I decided to add this in as kind of a centerpiece to the whole biome, and the different entrances and exits will allow you to get in and out of this section to the rest of the biome. Now, another area I then go and work on at the front of the biome is this little house area, and I decided to add in the new floral greenhouse. I just felt like it really fit this area, and the colours of it just work so well, and it kind of reminds me sometimes of the houses that you get in Alice in Wonderland that she gets stuck in. I was going to use the floral summer cottage, but I know a lot of people don't have that if they didn't have the game for a long time, and also I want to use that in Mythopia, I think. So I went for this house, decided to design around it with lots of bright colours and florals, and then as you can see, I've used the Encanto rug and table to create a little seating area, which I'll go in and add some books and chairs and things to as we move forward later on. So here is the final tour. So as we come in from the Wildwoods, we have our entranceway leading us in, and a lot of this you would have seen me actually speed build. So we go down the little cobbled pathway. We've got lots of foliage and mushrooms leading us into the area, and then the first spot we get to is the Mad Hatter's table. I've used the hedges to make this area more structured and kind of sectioned off, and I absolutely love how the table turned out. I feel like I've made it very bright and colourful. You could definitely add more to it if you wanted to, but I felt like it was a very kind of nice rendition of the table. I think it's probably my favourite version of this table I've ever done, but I've added a lot of stuff behind, a lot of foliage and plants. Heading out of there, we then go to the other section you would have seen, which is the little greenhouse. I've added, again, lots of mushrooms by it and the little Encanto table and rug with lots of books on. I feel like this would be a cute little place to hang out. It was something that's not essentially directly Alice related, but I just really love the idea of including in here. And then we go to our courtyard, which is the main centerpiece that you guys saw with the checkered flooring. So I've got the checkered pathway underneath, the fountain in the middle, and then the symmetrical lamppost at the top to kind of circle it all together. And then we have one that leads to our well so that we can get in and out of the biome. This well has been covered so well to kind of make it blend in and not really stand out too much. And then the rest is completely new to you. So as you can see, we are now going to our exit to the Fallen Fortress. So we've got a little caterpillar statue, a topiary, and then also again lots of foliage and lots of bright lamps to lead us out to that area. And I stuck with the cobbled pathway obviously to match it all together. Then heading out, we have got our pink castle area, which you wouldn't have seen. So we've got some of the floral archways to lead us in with some of the little Alice in Wonderland fountains. And again, I went for a bit of checkered flooring in here as well, underneath the Cheshire Cat topiary. And then as we head round, we've got our pink castle. This was from the premium shop, but I really loved including in here because I feel like it just gives me Alice in Wonderland vibes. And obviously heading around from that, we have got more foliage to kind of close this area in. And then we've got our exit out to the Teapot Falls with a little gazebo with some seating in, and obviously the archway to lead you to Teapot Falls, which fits so perfectly with everything else going on in here. And then the final bit is our pathway to lead us out to the final biome, Beanstalk Marshes. So I've just made this really bright, really colourful, added lots of mushrooms and lots of bright lighting to kind of close it all off and make this pathway feel very, very whimsical. So as you can see here are the final shots of the biome. Once again, I'm so sorry that so much of it didn't get picked up. I don't know what happened to the footage, but it's something I'm making sure doesn't happen again. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing it anyway, and it can kind of help regardless. But I really enjoyed doing this, and I'm so happy to have this area done. It's definitely going to stay like this a while until we get Alice, honestly. So I'm very, very happy to do it, and I'm glad I went for a more natural look with the pathways because I felt like I definitely couldn't cover up this checkered flooring. It's too pretty, but I hope you guys do like how it looks, and the final shots at least show you a bit more of what I created. thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for all the support and love on Buildmas. I've had so much positive feedback of you guys enjoying it, getting inspiration from it, and loving having something to watch every single day. So I'm so glad you've enjoyed it. It's a bit bittersweet that it's over, but I will be back obviously with more build videos in the new year, and I'll probably do ones before, honestly, but we're going to start cracking on and getting things really done in the new year. So there definitely will be stuff from me before then, and obviously live streams and stuff like that. So if you want to keep up to date with what's going on the channel, go into the community tab and it will tell you everything you need to know, including my schedule, and obviously subscribe and ring the notification bell to be notified when anything goes up from me. But thank you so much for all the support again. You are all wonderful, and I hope if you do celebrate Christmas, you all have a lovely Christmas and enjoy yourselves. And if you don't celebrate, I hope you just have a wonderful day anyway. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.